Welcome to our Hong Kong brief. I'm your host, Jenny. Today, we're starting with some exciting news about the Northern Metropolis project. Big players like NWD and CR Land are negotiating land premiums at a lower rate than recent nearby prices, which could mean more affordable housing development in Yuen Long. This project aims to tackle Hong Kong's housing shortage with over 2 billion Hong Kong dollars invested, focusing on innovation, sustainability, and growth. Next up, let's talk about the stock market. Hong Kong stocks are on a 4-day winning streak, boosted by hopes of a Federal Reserve rate cut and manageable tariffs. Major tech giants like Alibaba and Meituan are riding this wave, with the Hang Seng Index reaching over 25,000 points. Meanwhile, mainland Chinese markets are slightly up, and investors are eagerly awaiting China's July economic data to see if the growth trend continues. Finally, a bit of a tricky situation, Sunshine Lake Pharma had a rocky debut on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange, opening below its previous price amid cautious market mood. This milestone comes as many pharmaceutical companies seek capital, but the market's nervousness reflects broader economic concerns. Stay tuned as Hong Kong's biotech scene continues to evolve. Please continue to watch for the detailed stories. According to South China Morning Post, New World Development, NWD, and China Resources Land are actively negotiating a land premium for their Northern Metropolis project in Hong Kong, with a proposed rate of 1,500 Hong Kong dollars to 1,600 Hong Kong dollars per square foot, notably lower than recent nearby land exchanges. This strategic move aims to expedite development in the Northern Metropolis, a vast 30,000-hectare zone intended to house around 500,000 homes and foster innovation, technology, and eco-recreation. The Yuen Long South site, where construction is set to begin this year, benefits from its mature infrastructure and transportation links, making its land premium rate reasonable despite its higher land values compared to other sites. The development community and government officials have been discussing financing and installment plans, with future land premiums projected to stabilize around 1,500 Hong Kong dollars per square foot, supporting Hong Kong's long-term housing and land scarcity issues. Meanwhile, the South China Morning Post reports that Hong Kong stocks are experiencing a 4-day winning streak driven by optimism in global markets. Investors are betting on a potential rate cut by the U.S. Federal Reserve and are optimistic about the resilience of large tech firms' earnings, despite some signs of softening in the labor market. The Hang Seng Index climbed 0.4%, buoyed by gains in mainland Chinese stocks like Sunny Optical and ZTO Express, as well as Alibaba and Meituan. The market's positive sentiment reflects confidence that tariffs and trade tensions may have a manageable impact on the global economy, especially as traders await China's July economic data and export figures. Other Asian markets showed mixed results, with Japan's Nikkei gaining 0.8%, South Korea's Kospi rising 0.6%, and Australia's S&P ASX 200 slipping slightly. Lastly, the South China Morning Post highlights Sunshine Lake Pharma's debut on the Hong Kong stock market, where its shares opened at 57 Hong Kong dollars and 50 cents, down 4.5% from the previous day's unit price. This debut follows the company's restructuring through a takeover of its Hong Kong-listed subsidiary, marking a significant step in Hong Kong's burgeoning pharmaceutical sector, which aims to attract over 50 drug companies seeking capital. Sunshine Lake Pharma's chairman emphasized the company's commitment to high-tech R&D, innovation, and global expansion to develop innovative medicines. The listing signals Hong Kong's strategic push to become a major hub for biotech and medical research startups, with the city positioning itself as a key player in the global pharmaceutical industry. Despite the initial dip, the company's focus remains on accelerating growth and building a world-class pharmaceutical enterprise. The South China Morning Post reports on the alarming rise of deepfake pornography in Hong Kong and around the world, highlighting how AI-generated images can be used maliciously without physical interaction. Deepfakes, created by neural networks, can produce realistic, digitally manipulated images or videos that resemble real individuals, often celebrities, and spread rapidly across the internet. This technology poses a serious threat to personal privacy, bodily autonomy, and reputation, especially targeting women and young girls, and is increasingly recognized as a form of image-based sexual violence. The current legal framework struggles to keep pace with this digital evolution, as existing laws mainly address traditional forms of voyeurism or intimate image crimes, which are insufficient to criminalize entirely digital deepfake content. Countries like Singapore, South Korea, and the UK are pioneering legislative reforms to specifically criminalize the creation and distribution of deepfake pornography, providing a model for Hong Kong to follow in updating its laws to better protect victims and regulate this emerging threat. The BBC details the controversy surrounding China's plans to build a new mega-embassy in London, near the city's financial district, which has raised security and espionage concerns. Deputy Prime Minister Angela Rayner has demanded explanations from China about redacted sections of the embassy plans, citing fears that the site's proximity to critical financial infrastructure could allow espionage activities or facilitate political harassment. The planned complex, which would be the largest embassy in Europe, includes a cultural center and housing for staff, but also contains rooms with unspecified functions, fueling suspicion among opponents. Local residents and pro-democracy advocates worry that the embassy could serve as a tool for political intimidation or infiltration, especially after the application was initially rejected over safety concerns. The UK government is now scrutinizing the plans more closely, with some officials warning of potential risks to national security as diplomatic tensions between the two countries persist. The South China Morning Post reports on the tragic death of an elderly man in Hong Kong, who was found unconscious in a building stairwell and later died at the hospital. The incident, occurring in Ming Sao Building in North Point, has prompted an investigation by local police into the circumstances surrounding his collapse. The 75-year-old man, who was not a resident of the building but lived elsewhere, was discovered by a security guard and taken to Ruttenji Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Authorities have assigned the Eastern District Crime Squad to look into the case, emphasizing the importance of understanding the factors that led to his sudden collapse. This incident underscores ongoing concerns about public safety and health among the elderly population in Hong Kong, although specific details about his cause of death remain under investigation. The South China Morning Post vividly illustrates the profound spiritual and philosophical depth behind the Tsc Shan Monastery in Hong Kong, a project championed by Li Ka-shing. The new publication, Eternity in Light, offers an intimate glimpse into Li's integration of Buddhist teachings with his management philosophy, emphasizing sincerity, environmental consciousness, and selfless service. Through stories about the monastery's practices, such as replacing incense with water offerings to honor environmental protection and highlighting the symbolism of Guanin's Mani pearl, Li's wisdom reveals a harmonious blend of modernity and tradition. The monastery, more than just an architectural marvel, serves as a sanctuary for spiritual cultivation and cultural preservation, reflecting Li's lifelong commitment to philanthropy and the pursuit of inner peace. His personal anecdotes, like the story of a young son's question about a mysterious light, underscore the importance of righteousness and the pursuit of ultimate truth, illustrating how these timeless values are woven into the monastery's very fabric and Li's broader worldview. The South China Morning Post also explores Hong Kong's competitive edge in attracting foreign domestic helpers, positioning the city as a more attractive destination than Singapore and Taiwan due to higher wages and stronger legal protections. Despite a slight decline in the helper population from its peak in 2019, Hong Kong's policies, such as mandated minimum wages and comprehensive medical coverage, continue to offer advantages, with many helpers appreciating the legal safeguards and the opportunity to communicate in English. Personal stories from helpers like Gemma Micu and Josephine Tolentino depict a community that values the relative stability and rights provided by Hong Kong, even as some express concern over rising living costs and changing demand. The narrative underscores how Hong Kong's structured labor laws and cultural environment foster a sense of security for migrant workers, although the evolving economic landscape and demographic shifts hint at potential future challenges in maintaining its appeal as a hub for domestic helpers. The South China Morning Post's commentary on the matcha craze captures the cultural phenomenon's superficial allure versus its genuine roots, highlighting a global obsession with aesthetic appeal over tradition. The author laments how Instagram's influence has transformed matcha from a ceremonial practice rooted in Japanese culture into a trendy, photogenic beverage, often prepared with shortcuts like blenders instead of traditional whisking. This shift has led to supply chain issues, with producers raising prices dramatically, as exemplified by the frustration of cafes like Via Tokyo. Meanwhile, the rising popularity of hojicha emerges as a quieter, more affordable alternative, offering a glimpse of resistance to the excesses of the matcha frenzy. The piece humorously advocates for a more measured appreciation of these teas, warning against sacrificing authenticity for fleeting social media fame, and hopes that the humble hojicha remains accessible amidst the ongoing obsession with matcha's Instagram allure. The South China Morning Post vividly recounts the author's exhilarating yet nerve-wracking experience on a Norwegian cruise, capturing the thrill of the water slides and the myriad of onboard activities. The narrative highlights the surge in first-time and solo travelers, emphasizing the appeal of Mediterranean voyages despite lingering pandemic concerns about hygiene and safety. The author explores the luxurious amenities of the Norwegian epic, from its expansive water slides and pools to wellness programs and gourmet dining, illustrating how the cruise offers a mini-world of entertainment and relaxation. An unexpected health scare due to a sun-induced migraine underscores the importance of onboard medical facilities, reminding travelers that even at sea, health issues can arise but are manageable, leaving the author with a sense of relaxation and longing for future voyages. The South China Morning Post also spotlights Robin Elg, Hong Kong's promising young triathlete, who is training intensively in Font-Romeu alongside top international rivals from Britain and Japan. His story is one of resilience, overcoming health setbacks such as a heart condition diagnosed in 2022, and pushing his limits through rigorous altitude training. Elg's dedication to his sport, his strategic focus on upcoming competitions like the Asian Triathlon Championships and the World Under-23 Championships, and his unwavering commitment to staying injury-free paint a picture of a determined athlete striving for excellence. His journey reflects not only his physical challenges but also his resolve to maximize his potential amid fierce international competition, illustrating the intense pursuit of sporting greatness. The Sydney Morning Herald presents the compelling work of dissident Chinese artist Badiuko, whose provocative art boldly critiques authoritarian regimes and human rights abuses across China and beyond. His exhibition, Disagree Where We Must, features powerful watercolors, political cartoons, and historical artifacts like a rare Tiananmen Square watch, each piece telling stories of repression, censorship, and resistance. Badiuko's art confronts issues such as the suppression of the LGBTQ community, the plight of Uyghurs in Xinjiang, Tibet's cultural erasure, and China's geopolitical conflicts, including its support for Russia's invasion of Ukraine. His work emphasizes the importance of visual memory and free expression in the face of state censorship, advocating for global human rights and universal compassion, and urging society to speak out against silence and injustice. China's efforts to combat the chikungunya outbreak in Foshan are nothing short of a high-stakes battle against nature's relentless spread. The city has become a battleground where authorities deploy an arsenal of tools, nets, insecticides, and even drones to intercept the tiny but deadly mosquitoes. The use of drones to identify standing water, the threat of hefty fines for residents who neglect to empty water containers, and the innovative introduction of fish that eat mosquito larvae all demonstrate China's aggressive approach. This crisis is compounded by unusual weather patterns, heavy rains and soaring temperatures that create the perfect breeding ground for mosquitoes, turning the fight into a race against time. The virus, which was previously unknown in mainland China, has infected over 7,000 people, exposing a population with no pre-existing immunity and facilitating rapid transmission. The government's strict measures, including hospital stays and temporary quarantines, reflect a determined effort to contain what could be the country's most significant chikungunya outbreak, with international health advisories urging travelers to exercise caution in the affected regions. Meanwhile, in the United Kingdom, the Arsenal Football Club is preparing for the upcoming Premier League season with a series of pre-season friendlies that serve as a crucial testing ground for the team's new lineup. After returning from a mixed tour of Asia, where they secured a win over Newcastle but fell to Spurs, Arsenal fans are eager to see their squad, bolstered by recent signings like Victor Gyökeres, Martin Zubimendi, and Noni Madueke, take shape at the Emirates Stadium. The upcoming friendly against Villarreal is more than just a warm-up, it's a pivotal step in fine-tuning Mikel Arteta's squad before their challenging season opener against Manchester United at Old Trafford. The club's meticulous planning includes assessing new signings, integrating returning players from injury, and making strategic decisions on starting lineups. Fans can follow the live action through Arsenal's official channels, as the team aims to build momentum and confidence, with the season's success hanging in the balance. Across the globe in Hong Kong, a different kind of battle is unfolding, one of journalistic integrity and professional growth. Hong Kong Baptist University has awarded a prestigious fellowship to Natalie Wong, a seasoned senior correspondent of the South China Morning Post, marking a significant milestone in her career. This unique program allows her to step back from daily reporting and immerse herself in academic courses, broadening her horizons amid the turbulent landscape of modern journalism. With the media industry facing unprecedented challenges, ranging from misinformation and artificial intelligence to fierce social media competition, Wong's fellowship aims to sharpen her skills and inspire innovation. The initiative, funded by the generous donation of Wong's benefactor, Professor Raymond Roy Wong, emphasizes adaptability and critical thinking, preparing journalists like Wong to navigate and shape the future of the industry. Her extensive experience and award-winning work exemplify the caliber of professionals this program seeks to cultivate, fostering a new generation of journalists equipped to confront the evolving global media environment. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.
Morning coffee, fresh off the press. Reading headlines, feeling blessed. World keeps turning, stories unfold. Every moment news gets told. Flipping channels, clicking tabs. Feeding my mind's hunger grabs. got to know. Never stopping, always go. Scrolling, swiping, reading on. Daylight breaks in the dawn. Headlines and headlines, can't get enough.